politics can be a force for good. We will show that. We've changed the Labour Party, returned it to service, and that is how we will govern.
A promise of change from a Prime Minister who was elected to end sleaze and govern for the country.
But Sky News can reveal allegations of a serious perceived conflict of interest at the heart of Number 10. Let's lay out the story. This man is Tom Baldwin, a journalist, Starmer's biographer and a long-time friend of the Prime Minister. Here, he's speaking at an event 2 days after Labour won the election, held by the lobbying company Strand Partners. And he had just become Strand Partners' strategic advisor, someone who talks to clients about politics but does not lobby for the firm. Now, there's no suggestion that either the firm or Tom has done anything wrong. But who was sat next to him? Well, it was this man, Tim Allan, one-time spin doctor for Tony Blair, and in the last couple of years, chairman and part owner of Strand Partners. But from the start of September, he got a new role. So let's take you through how all of this fits together. The Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is at the centre of it all. He's close, as we said, with Tom Baldwin, who we mentioned earlier. And here's Tim Allan. Now in government, he joined the Number 10 team as part of a reset in September. He's now Executive Director of Communications. Baldwin is an advisor for Strand Partners, as we say. And here he is at multiple events held by the company over the last year, including one in late September this year at Labour Party conference. The company is clear that he's not a lobbyist, and for context, as a long-time journalist, he's also a regular commentator, including on Sky News. 2 weeks ago, he discussed his thoughts on government's planned tax rises.
I've spoken to quite a few of them over the last few days, and the answer is they haven't yet decided. It's a big, big decision. There's a lot of politics in it, and it'll probably go to the wire.
Still debating between Number 10 and Number 11?
Inside Number 11, inside Number 10, elsewhere in the government.
Now back to Tim Allan. When he entered government, he stepped down as a director of Strand Partners, but he still has a 10% share in the company. Now, I want you to look at this. It's the listing on Companies House. The 100,000 that you've got here, well, that equates to 10% of the company. Some see that as a perceived conflict of interest, particularly as we understand that Allan has had conversations about politics with Baldwin, a man who is paid by the company Tim Allan has a share in. Labour says Allan speaks to Baldwin because he's a journalist. The issue of a perceived conflict of interest is really important because advisers must follow the Cabinet Office Code of Conduct, which says that they must ensure that no conflict arises, could reasonably be perceived to arise between their official duties and their private interests, financial or otherwise.
Labour, on behalf of Tim Allan, said the allegation that Tim Allan has done anything to benefit Strand whilst in Number 10 is categorically false. Any interactions with him are in his capacity as a journalist. Strand Partners said Tom Baldwin does not engage in government relations for Strand, and this is not part of his terms of engagement with us. Tim Allan receives no financial benefit from Strand and is not involved in our operations. One member of Labour's ruling National Executive Committee told me Tim Allan should give up his shareholding. Others went further.
What do you make of what's happened?
I think it's extraordinary that someone still has shares who's at the heart of Downing Street. I think there's lots of questions still to be asked. I think it's important to know what these supposed appropriate mitigations are. What exactly are those, and do they pass for public sniff tests?
What do you think should happen now?
Well, there should be a full Cabinet Office investigation. I think the public need to see there are no conflicts of interest and no perceived conflicts of interest, and that's not where we are right now.
I've written to the Cabinet Secretary today because this appears to be a clear conflict of interest right at the heart of government. It cannot be the case that the Executive Director of Communications for the government has shareholdings in a lobbying firm and is continuing to have conversations with senior consultants at that firm.
The man in the background tasked with fixing Keir Starmer's image, now facing questions of his own. Sam Coates, Sky News, Westminster.